graduation is exciting, but then you realize that you cannot find a job, which is not so exciting.
Hello and welcome to my PhD graduation vlog. This vlog was filmed a while ago, and because I was busy with moving across countries, job hunting, and dealing with other commitments, I didn't really get my hands on editing this video until more recently. It's graduation season again, so I wanted to make use of this time to reflect on my own graduation in Melbourne, Australia. I got up very early on this day because I wanted to get to the venue earlier so that I could get some photos down before the ceremony started. To be honest, I didn't feel this ceremony was that special, partially because I also did my master's at Melbourne Uni, so I was literally graduating at the same venue again, but just with a different degree. What's special to me, however, was the fact that my parents were able to visit me at this time from China and join the graduation with me because none of them have ever come to any of my graduation ceremonies before.
你这个衣服是谁？到底是谁毕业？哎呀，我觉得好不容易有一次机会穿，我觉得我女儿毕业，我比我女儿还隆重。
Apart from my parents, my husband and in-laws also joined the ceremony with me from Melbourne.
哇，来好早，人好少，不像我当年来的时候已经要进去了，赶紧取衣服去。
他那个是博士职位。
那个是硕士，现在本科生也可以戴那个帽子。
Regalia.
Oh, regalia, yeah, over there. Hi.
I was gonna get my regalia, and just remembering when I attended my master's degree graduation ceremony, I was really looking up to people who graduated with a PhD, mainly because their outfit looked so much cooler, because they dress in red with a Tudor bonnet, the big round cap. So during the time when I was doing a PhD, sometimes I would dream about the day that I would wear this outfit myself as one of the motivations that I could think about for me to finish this degree.
Round hat.
I was glad that I arrived early in the morning, so the photo studio was relatively empty. Since I was so down with this PhD and I didn't anticipate getting another degree, I think it's nice to get some studio portraits done together with my family.
纪念品。How much?
But most of the cute photos actually came from my photographer Yahua.
想要背靠背来。准备3、2、1。
好热啊 It's too hot. It's 33 degrees today. Now it's 26 and I get sweaty.
When it was about the time for the ceremony, my friend and I split up from our families and friends and entered the venue from the entrance on the side.
Good morning. Academic room.
The academic room.
What is that room for?
You'll be briefed.
Oh, we just wait here. Okay, thank you. 所以我们就这里待着。
We were told to wait in the academic room. We tried to find our supervisors, but we couldn't spot them since everyone was dressed out in the same regalia. Then we were taken to the second floor and briefed on what's gonna happen during the ceremony. Meanwhile, the guests were allowed to enter the venue, waiting for the ceremony to get started. The ceremony started with the academic procession, or the ceremonial entrance of key academics, including faculty members and us PhD graduates, making our way onto the stage. For us graduates, we are seated at the back first, waiting for our names to be called, and they will also summarize our academic achievements on the stage.
I am pleased to present these graduates from doctoral degrees. Thank you for your hard work and for your meaningful contribution that you have made to our research community.
It's finally my time. When I heard my name, I had a very awkward smile on my face because my name had been pronounced wrongly once again, and it's also a new way of pronouncing my name that I have never even heard of.
Zhiying Munj, who examined social media content creators' practices across Chinese and American digital platforms, using a cross-platform framework to study how creators build capacity to counter platform companies' power. Her findings reveal key differences between Chinese and American platforms and show creators' adaptation strategies in the global influencer industry. Dr. Zhiying Munj.
Even though the summary of my PhD thesis was a very, very simplified version for people outside of our field to understand, it still felt unreal to me that my research was introduced to a room of hundreds of people, and the fact that my 4 years of hard work were being recognized in the scholarship. And here is a point of view from us sitting on a stage that we can't really chat or play on the phone, but clapping for all the graduates. After an hour and a half, the ceremony was done.
结束了，你累吗？你有什么别的感想吗？
我刚刚在台上尖叫。
我就觉得好累，这衣服也好重，我是腰酸背疼。And so hard. Why is it so troublesome to graduate? Graduation is exciting, but then you realize that you cannot find a job, which is not so exciting. 33 degrees in the Melbourne hot day. At least it's not raining, but it's so humid. Regalia is probably full of different people's sweat. We're heading to Melbourne Uni.
So we walked to the campus because I wanted to get more photos done, and also introduce you to some of the buildings and places where I had lots of memories.
Now we're in 188A. This is a building for graduate students, which I didn't really spend much time during my PhD, but I did stay there at the time that I was writing my proposal. Now we're coming to Melbourne New Metro, which took like 7 or 8 years, the whole time that I'm spending in Melbourne, and they finally finished the construction. So I didn't receive any benefit at all. But I'm still happy to see the station is now open. And now we can see the beautiful gate of Melbourne Uni. Ta-da! Now we're presenting John Medley and Melbourne Uni's welcome sign. So the John Medley building is where we have classes, also have offices in there. So my supervisors, for example, their offices located in the second floor. That's where media communication department are in. 看是谁来看我啦？是谁？毕业快乐！ Now we are coming to the South Lawn. What we're doing here, we're chilling in here. Or sometimes there's some student activities such as protests. And also usually have my lunch box with me, and I will have my lunch here. I will usually sit at the chair under the trees. And every time it's the same spot and it's the same kind of chair. So my dad can even recognize the chair, the shade of the chair. Oh yeah, I like sitting there because it's under the shade and you can also see all the tourists. Like I'm a tourist and a graduate right now. And I just see those people walking around and then just observe them. Okay, here is my lunch place. And then you have to be careful because the bird might poop on you. And now I'm gonna take a photo with this clock. That's from all arts. That's also where we used to have tutorials and classes there. I think I spent more time in all arts when I was a postgraduate student, but now I PhD. Because my PhD has an office and is located nearby all arts. Me and my fake plague, graduation plague. It looks pretty though. I spent $150 on this. Now we're sitting in the South Lawn, and behind me, which you cannot see, but it's a library. This is where I also feel like that's the home to me when I was doing my master's degree, because I spent lots of time writing essays in Value Library, and I'm glad that the days are gone. I don't need to write any essays anymore, but I have more essays to write if I am becoming an academic. Now we're in Old Court. The Old Court is also one of the oldest buildings in Melbourne Uni, besides All Arts. It's also like a photogenic area, like you can see. It looks very old school. Wow, look at that! Oh man. Now we are heading to my office. Wait, what's the name of my office again? Oh, all physics, all physics. I'm in the ground floor of this office. They put me with other PhD students. No one is really in my major in media and communication. Like I remember people staying next to me. They have like creative writing, political science. But anyway, that's my office. And there used to be a very beautiful tree here, and then they fell down. RIP the tree. Office is basically where I stay. I spend most of the time here. But then previously, in the first 2 years, I was in all arts. And then I think it's when you reach to like a higher year, like in your third year or something, then I moved here. I don't really remember much about staying in the office in all arts, but then when I was writing my thesis, it was mostly in all physics, which appears in my blog for multiple times. And thank you, office. Oh, I can go in, but I don't know if I didn't bring my student card. What do I want to say about my office? I don't know. I have complaints, which I should not share much in this video, but I like my office is like, it's a very spacious place. It's also bright, and it got a lot of room to put your stuff there, which is nice. And the thing I don't like about it, I guess it's more of my mindset. Like whenever I come here, in my mind is thinking that, okay, I need to write some stuff, so it's stressful. Anyway, here is where I also have my lunch. During lunch break from the office, I will come here and sit and have my lunch with me. This is all arts. And then over there is Art West. It's a new building, it looks very modern. And then it's also where students from Faculty of Arts gonna study there. We have lots of classrooms, lots of spots for people to study as well. And they even have a piano in the second floor, so whoever wants to play and practice can play over there. And it's a cool place. Nothing much to do with my PhD again, because I spend most of the time in the office, despite the fact that we got all these cool buildings around the campus. Introducing the library. This is Value Library, also where I borrow books. But I feel like after I started my PhD, I don't really feel like reading physical books because there are too many books that you probably need to read. So I mostly just download the digital one. Value Library also have a very good views. If you look up over there, you can see when you're studying, you can see all the trees, all the greeneries outside, which will make you feel slightly better when you're studying. And they also have very strong AC, which is very important during the summer. And the reason why Value is gone, because there was a protest, I think, and then they put paints on it. So that's why they removed the signs down. Oh, I see Mark. 什么呀？啊 ，Dad。拜拜，拜拜。 I was thinking that I should say something to record my current feeling of my graduation day. I don't really know what to say apart from I feel so tired and sweaty and hot and wondering why there's so many walking that I need to do because I wanted to take photos at the campus, but then I need to come back here to return the regalia. So back and forth, all the walking time will be like half an hour to 40 minutes. So yeah, I'm already reaching 10,000 steps already. And now I'm making my way to the restaurant to grab lunch at 3 o'clock. I mean, I'm glad everything is done. I don't want to come here anymore. I don't want to graduate for another time. It's just tiring to graduate. But also, I'm not sure when I'm gonna come back to the exhibition center and to Melbourne Uni, since I no longer stay here anymore.
If I could go back and choose again, would I still do this PhD? My answer is yes. Despite all the days I felt guilty for not doing enough, the endless hours at the office or alone at home, typing away on a laptop with no idea when this multi-year project would ever end, despite the loneliness of working on something that, for most of the world, mattered only to me, I don't feel regret. It was still the best choice I could have made at that moment in my life, as I literally couldn't find anything that was better than doing a PhD. Looking back, I realized my PhD wasn't the only thing that shaped me. All those years of university taught me how to figure out what I actually care about. We spend years learning not just facts and skills, but how to discover what sets our soul on fire and to trust ourselves enough to chase our passion. Happy graduation!